who lived in the village. There were at least three different kinds of people living in the most village in the southern and northern parts of the subcontinent. In the Tamil regions, largest landowners were known as Velik, Velas, ordinary pluggermen, were known as usual and landless laborers, including stalls, were known as Kadyash and Adimai. In the northern part of the country, the village head man was known as the Grandma Bojaka. Usually, men from the same families held the positions for generations. In other words, the post was hereditary. The Grandma Bojka was often the largest landowner. Generally, he had slaves and hired a worker to cultivate the land. Besides, as he was powerful, the king often used him to collect taxes from the village. He also functioned as a judge and some time as a policeman. Apart from the Gram Bujka, there were others independent farmers known as Gritpatis, most of whom were smaller landowners, and then three were men and women such as the Dasha Karmakara, who did not own land and had to earn a living working on the field. Honored by others, in most villages there were also some craft persons such as the blacksmith, potter, carpenter, and weavers. The earliest Tamil competitions. Some of the earliest work in Tamil, known as Sangam literatures, were composed around 2300 years ago. These texts were called Sangam because they were supposed to have been composed and compiled in assemblies known as Sangams of poets that were held in the city of Madurai. The Tamil terms mentioned above are found in Sangam literature. Finding about cities, stories, travelers, sculptures, and archaeology. You may have heard of the Jatakas. There were stories that were probably composed by ordinary people and then written down and preserved by Buddhist monks. Here is a part of the Jataka story, which tells how a poor man gradually become rich.